Hi everybody, Oleg's here. Welcome to Organ Preparedness. Today I wanted to talk about a subject that's probably on everybody's mind. When will SHTF begin? You know, it's a broad question and it's hard to answer in one sentence, but let's try to figure out the answer to it. With all this coronavirus going on, all these problems, infected people, all those cruise ships being, full of people held, trying to separate people that are infected. And, with so many deaths already, some people think that it has already begun. And question as to when will it happen, it depends. SHTF has different meaning for everybody. In my opinion, SHTF has begun when it comes to economy. The economy is sliding down, has been sliding down, and I think we can all agree, once it hits rock bottom like it did in 2008, it'll probably hit it harder. So it's gonna be even harder to recover, and who knows if it will recover at all. With the help of coronavirus at the moment, if they don't stop it, it might happen faster. So perhaps SHTF has begun, Of course, on the world scale, we have 7.5 billion people living on this planet. Few hundred people died. Yes, it's a lot, but compared to 7.5 billion, it's not. And it's not even a lot comparing to how many people die in the United States from regular flu. I hear different things. I heard some people say 10,000 people die per year from flu here in the US. Some say 20. Either way, it's a lot more than number of deaths that are from coronavirus. So therefore, who knows, maybe it's blown out of proportion. I think it's serious, in my opinion. I think it is real, but I also think that it is, to an extent, is blown out of proportion. Why, we don't know yet, but we will find out. Because whenever they do something like this, and I believe, in my personal opinion, that it was done on purpose. It's not somebody eating rat or eating a bat and then get sick and spread the disease. I think it was, released from a lab somewhere. And obviously for a reason. They always have their agenda. We don't know their agenda, but it's there. They always do everything according to their plan. Their plan doesn't always work as they would like, I'm sure, because long ago, many years ago, I heard that they wanted to chip everybody by year 2018. And here we are in year 2020, and there is a small amount of people on this planet that are chipped, but very small. Percentage wise, I don't even think 1% is chipped. I think it's just a few thousand here, a few hundred there, and I could be misinformed. Maybe there's more, but I try to keep track of all these events. I don't think I'm misinformed. I don't think it's for sure it hasn't been widespread chipping. So everything they do has agenda, and everything is towards chipping everybody. If there is a major chaos in the world, then they're gonna say, to fix this chaos, we all need all of you need to be chipped, or whatever the excuse may be. Same thing. They always try to find a reason to implement martial law, and if you have some legitimate excuse like coronavirus or whatever virus, yeah, that's a perfect moment to implement it, for your safety, as they say. So, for your protection, I love it when they put these signs in some stores. For your protection, there is video surveillance. I mean, okay, I'm glad there is cameras for the sake of thieves, but don't tell me it's for my protection. It's not for my protection, it's for your protection, because you don't want to lose your merchandise. So same thing, they'll say for your benefit, for your protection, for your safety, all this BS. Anyway, so in my opinion, economical collapse has begun a year or two ago. It's not noticeable yet in this country, but it is happening. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, look at all the stores that are closing. Major department stores like Macy's. Sears has completely closed its doors. Bailey's Shoes closing, partially or fully. Victoria's Secret. There is a list. There is a list of them that are closing and gonna get closed. Why? Because there is not enough demand. Of course, there are a lot of people more and more buy merchandise online. Of course, I understand that doesn't help. Still, I don't think that's the main reason why they're closing. They're closing because people have no money. Okay, this was department store issues. What about regular restaurants and clubs and bars? I haven't been doing taxi work in the past 7 months, but up to that point, I was every day driving around my cab, picking up people, delivering them, taking them from airport to their homes. And all the hot spots, many of them are closed now. Of course, also you might say, some of them might be closed because there was maybe too many fights. Yes, it's possible, but it cannot be the reason and the case for all of them, and there's lots of them in Portland, for example. Lots of bars and clubs have closed in the past year. Lack of business. You go out and there is just not that many people out. Not compared to 3 or 4 years ago, I remember 3 or 4 years ago there was just, thousands, tens of thousands of people at night out, having fun. Now it's some people there, some people there. It's totally different picture. So I've noticed, and I'm sure most of you have, the economy going down the hill for quite some time. And with coronavirus, it may not help matters. It might make matters worse. And who knows what else is in the store? What's next? Even if they somehow be able to contain coronavirus from spreading and stop it, I think economy is not going to get recovered, in my personal opinion. And I truly actually hope that it would recover, because I don't want it to happen here what happened in Argentina in year 2000. They had total collapse, and I sure wouldn't want that to happen here. But the way everything looks, it sure is heading to that direction. So of course, SHTF, going back to this topic, is a broad term. It could be individual SHTF. You can have job loss, and bam, you're having SHTF. You're having crisis. You have no money to pay your bills with. Hopefully you have some preps to rely on, so you're not starving to death. But SHTF as a whole, like that major, I think, in my opinion, economically at least, has started. Of course, if major world war would break out, that would be obvious SHTF in your face. without any doubts, you know, or some major earthquake like West Coast earthquake, or that big old volcano in Yellowstone. If that would erupt, that would be major SHTF. There would be no doubt for anybody. But right now, you know, hopefully they will contain this coronavirus thing, and hopefully there will be nothing for a while. I'm sure eventually something else will pop up if this doesn't get stopped, because, you know, they are trying to do several things at once, you know, wipe out some population and or get people under control, implement martial law and chip everybody. That's the main agenda, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna conclude this video. You know, be ready, get ready while you can. You know, if, for an example, if what we see about China is true, because we don't know for a fact what we see. They could be showing something else. They could be showing some crises that have nothing to do with coronavirus, and building the hospitals and so on and so forth. So what we see doesn't mean it's true, you know. You cannot believe your eyes, actually, especially when you see things on TV. Those numbers could be exaggerated or could be minimized, you know. It could go either way. But bottom line is, we need to be ready, we need to get ready, because if it is true, let's imagine it is true, then it will come here eventually. And if it comes here and people start dying, right now we have a handful of infected people, but as far as I know, no one died yet in the US. But if people start get infected by hundreds or thousands here, then that would be real obvious beginning of major SHTF. So let's hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Get food, get water, get medicine, get some kind of means of self-defense, and be ready. Keep yourself clean, wash your hands. Don't go to super busy places. Try to avoid it. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like and please share if you find it useful, this video, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And we'll see you in the next upload. Bye-bye.